Awesome. Sorry, that was pretty lame, but hey guys, it's gonna be my review for Raw tonight. Sorry this is so late. I just got back from my boy's house, but I did see most of Raw pretty much, and I saw the ending, the main event. And before I start, we do have a new WWE Champion, The Miz. Props to Miz. I know it. It's been a lifelong dream of his to be in WWE. I remember when he was back on Real World 10 years ago, and he said he wanted to be WWE champion. Props to him. I know he's worked hard, and he's gotten over as one of the top heels in the company. So happy for Miz. But overall, this Raw was okay. Nothing really jumped out at you. Nothing really big. It was decent. It's from Orlando, Florida. Um, Basically, things kicked off. Wade Barrett was in the ring, or it comes down to the ring, and he talks about last night how Cena thinks he did the right thing, by calling it down the middle, and Barrett says I didn't have a fighting chance because Cena knew what he wanted to do from the beginning. He's just talking a lot. The crowd was all over him. An email comes in and says tonight Wade Barrett will get another chance at the WWE title. That's what he wanted against Randy Orton. So the main event for the night would be Randy Orton defending his WWE title against Wade Barrett again. Um, so that was Cole and King hyped that up. And then next, the first match of the night was the King of the Ring qualifying match, the first of many. I'm happy King of the Ring is coming back. I wish they would just bring it back as a pay-per-view, but it was just coming back the 3-hour Raw next week. Anyway, the first qualifying match of the night was R-Truth versus Sheamus, and it was an okay match. It was decent. Sheamus won with the high cross, so Sheamus advances to the King of the Ring, or he qualified for King of the Ring. Sorry, I'm watching Taking Woodstock, really trippy movie. But yeah, so Sheamus qualified. I'm happy to see that. R-Truth is just annoying. He came out to his old theme, by the way. What's up? So Sheamus won with the high cross. Then go to commercial, and then there was a segment with Layla and Michelle McCool. They were outside the arena, and they wanted the Divas title back from Natalya. But security wouldn't let them in because now that they're not champion, they can't be on both shows. They're still on SmackDown, so they couldn't be on Raw. And basically, Natty walks up and she's never seen them in their life, so they're banned. They got the door slammed in their face, and they were just looking there shocked. So sorry, sluts. So then there's a segment backstage with Santino and Kozlov, talking about their title match last night and how Kozlov said, "Don't worry, we'll get the titles eventually. Nothing special." Santino ends up getting a kiss from Tamina, which is pretty funny. Then Orton's backstage with Josh Matthews, and he says, he respects Cena for doing the right thing last night. He said he doesn't matter who the referee is tonight because he's going to walk out of my Orlando, the WWE, still the WWE champion. Then we had Alex Riley versus Ezekiel Jackson for King of the Ring qualifying match. Big Zeke won. It was a very short match. He won with his Uranagi bomb or Uranagi finisher. So then we get Cole and King hyping the main event again. And then Cena's backstage with R-Truth and Eve. And then Gail Kim, Yoshi, Tatsu, and Santino walked up, to say their goodbyes. That. And then we go to commercial. Back to commercial, Cena gets introduced and basically just says his goodbyes. And he says, if he's leaving, he wants the fans to go out with him behind him. And basically just talks about his 9 years in the WWE and what he was doing before that. He said he was cleaning toilets and living in his car before that. And he said this has been his life, and he's happy that everyone's gotten to know him over the last few years. Basically, what happened was there was one part when he says he pretty much started crying, and then but he said he wants every woman and kid to stand up and start chanting, "Let's go Cena." He said he wants everyone over 18 to start chanting, "Cena sucks." which is pretty funny. And the Cena sucks was a lot louder. So hopefully that idiot gets the message. I don't care how sad this was for you. It was all nice for John Cena. I fucking hate him. Honestly, yeah, I know how nice of a guy he is outside the ring, but I really don't fucking care. I can't stand the piece of fucking shit. I'm sick of his purple and orange gay ass shirts. Like, get the fuck out, honestly. I don't even care if down the line when he comes back, if it's the worst heel ever, like Zack Ryder beating his ass. I don't care. I'll root for him as long as Cena gets his ass whooped. Basically, all that shit happens to Cena. Wade Barrett, in the end, like, Cena hugs everyone backstage and whatnot, and Barrett appears. Barrett is like in front of the camera, and he does like you can't see me to Cena while he walks into the street. And so that was good stuff. Fuck you, Cena. No one will miss you. Even though you'll be back in a couple months, probably win the Rumble, ruin the whole landscape of WWE for 2011. So, for fuck's sake, you're 33 years old. You've had your good days. It's time for some of the younger guys to step up now, and we'll actually let them do that. Anyway, then we get a King of the Ring qualifying match: Ted DiBiase versus Daniel Bryan. Short match, back and forth for a bit. Daniel Bryan basically made Ted tap out with the LaBelle lock again in the end, so Daniel Bryan advances to King of the Ring. And then after the match, both the Bellas come out and they check on Daniel Bryan. So yeah, good for DB. He's pimping, man. He's a ladies' man for sure. I guess that's the gimmick. They're gonna go down the road to that gimmick. It's what I read a little while ago. Good for him. And Daniel Bryan, man, I'm glad they're building him up like this. He just keeps winning. They're not treating him like a joke. He's far from that. He's an amazing competitor, and he's doing well with the U.S. title. It's given it some credibility. I'm happy for him. And especially after JR called his match last week, I'm sure that was just more of a morale booster for him. So it's good stuff. Daniel Bryan pimping. Then we had Natalya versus Alicia Fox, Botch Master. It was a good match. I'm actually, what am I talking about? It was very short. Natalya made her tap out in the sharpshooter. It's good stuff. Natty Divas champ. Still, it wasn't a real life match. And then Melina and John Morrison, who I guess are actually dating in real life backstage. That was pretty cool. Melina wasn't looking that good actually though. She hasn't even been on Raw in a while. Like, what the hell is she? What are they doing with her? She's one of the better wrestlers in the Diva division, but basically she just wishes him luck and smacks his ass, and Morrison hits the ring. So we had John Morrison versus Tyson Kidd, who came out to his own theme. It was singles theme. He's a heel. I guess he's a full-fledged heel now. No D.H. Smith tonight. This was a King of the Ring qualifying match. It was a good match between the two. Tyson Kidd's a great athlete, but John Morrison, he's the same. He's a tremendous athlete. Morrison won with Starship Pain, so he advances King of the Ring qualifying match. So far we had Sheamus, Ezekiel Jackson, Daniel Bryan, and John Morrison. And so that's 4. So SmackDown, they'll have their 4 superstars compete to see who joins the tournament this Friday. So then we have the main event: Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett for the WWE Championship. So Orton was coming out. He came out first, and before he could even get to the ring, Nexus came out and attacked him. Took out, attacking his left knee. All of them were on him. Wade Barrett was just barking orders, watching all this, and they really took out. Orton's knee. He was selling it really well. You could see him say to the ref, "It's my knee" or whatever. And so Orton left, and then Wade Barrett got on the mic and says he's going to be WWE Champion or whatever. And, Orton comes back out. Barrett comes out, and Orton comes back. Ends up coming out after his music was playing for a while. He comes out limping down. So we have a WWE title match. Cena basically, it was a good match, I guess. Cena interfered. Barrett and Wasteland went for 2. Orton kicked out, I believe. I'm sorry. He hits Wasteland, and then John Cena hits the ring and drops him on the nephew and starts hitting him with rights and lefts. Faggot shit. Just get away. We don't want you. No one likes you except for kids and fucking women. For those who want to hate on me, go ahead. I really don't give a fuck. Fuck John Cena. Anyway, so that shit happened. Orton ends up hitting the RKO. Pins him 1, 2, 3. Retains the WWE Championship. After the match, the Miz's music hits, and he sprints down to the ring with Alex Riley. Miz cashing in. He says he wants to cash in his Money in the Bank contract. He sees Orton still holding his knee, and Orton, is like, fuck, I gotta go through this now. And he was holding his left knee, and Miz like, I'm cashing it in. So they had a match for a bit. Orton got his Miz worked over Orton's knee. Orton got in some offense, but not much. Miz worked on his knee some more, and in the end, it worked on his left knee a little more, just stomping, twisting it around, and in the end, he hit a skull crushing finale. 1, 2, 3. Your new WWE Champion, The Miz, and I wasn't really a fan of Miz at the end, but he's grown on me, just like a lot of these guys have, honestly. Miz, he's turned into a great heel. He plays the jerk role perfectly, because that's basically, he just comes off as a huge jerk, and he does it very well. I'm very happy for him. I know this has been a lifelong dream of his. And as a huge Randy Orton fan I am, Orton after the match was just looking really pissed on the outside. Orton belongs as a heel, and I read an article where WWE wants him to play a face right now, but Orton said he'd rather play a heel because he's natural at it. So I don't know why WWE does this. He's basically pitting Orton against like what he doesn't want to be. Like he wants to be heel as a natural. And honestly, I enjoyed Orton as a face. I still do, but he definitely is so much better as a heel. And I hope he really goes. I really hope he goes back to the heel soon, because when he's on the top of his heel game, he's just more over than anyone. People still cheer for him. He's badass. He does whatever the fuck he wants. He's cold blooded. He's a Viper. So I hope he goes back to being a heel soon. But Miz, there's a lot of looking shocked fans in the crowd. All of them are kids. So sorry, little faggots. Sorry. New WWE champion. And Michael Cole basically just busts a nut. Like, honestly, I'm sure he and Miz probably had sex after this with Alex Riley. But Cole goes, the era of awesomeness has begun and whatnot. And Miz, very emotional. I don't blame him. Finally WWE champion. Good for him. He really's worked hard. I'm happy for him. So I'm very anxious. I was surprised, honestly. I didn't think like he'd actually, when he hit Skull Crusher finale, I was like, holy shit, he's gonna win the title. So I'm happy for Miz, and he and Riley. Raw ends with he and Riley on the top of the ramp, the stage, celebrating, and Miz he was overcoming emotion. So Raw goes off the air, and Orton was just there looking pissed, holding his knee on the outside. So overall, Raw was it was a decent Raw coming off Survivor Series. One of the most wild endings I've seen in a while. I'm happy to see Miz WWE champion. I didn't think it'd come this soon, but you know what? He kind of hinted at it the last few weeks, even last night. He's gonna cash it in. It's not a matter of if, it's when. And tonight was when. So The Miz is your new WWE champion. Good job, Miz. So I'm anxious to see, it'll be a feud, I'm sure, between him and Orton to start off his title reign, because Orton's got a guaranteed rematch in his clause or rematch clause. So this was good stuff. I'm happy to see King of the Ring coming back next week in the 3-hour Raw. Miz as WWE champion should be great stuff. He's going to cut some great promos. He's only going to get better in the ring. Just good stuff all around. And I really hope Randy Orton turns heel soon and goes back to being a full-fledged heel. Because, yeah, this was a nice little face run, but he belongs as a heel. And this is coming from a huge Randy Orton fan. So, yeah, it's good stuff all around, guys. I hope you enjoyed Raw tonight. Sorry this review's so late. But enjoy it. Comment and subscribe for those of you who haven't. I'd really appreciate it. And have a good rest of the week, guys. I'm out. Peace.